So, pretty much, my editing software hates me, and Steam has stopped letting me play a bunch of games that I already bought, so I'm the big angry. Because of these things, I will be making a different video, in case you couldn't tell. I'm using a TTS, because my audio is glitchy through OBS when I am recording, so, let's get started. Overwatch is currently one of my favorite games. So I figured, let's take a stroll through the forums, and boy was that a mistake. So here are some of the greatest king chonkers and absolute units I could find on the forums. So, let's get started. To begin with, we have yet another "this hero is OP" complaint. No, he's not. You should just learn some game sense. As on many topics people are talking about Genij being very overpowered. I myself think so too. He can get away very easy. If he uses deflect or what's it called, he shouldn't be able to move forward in my opinion. Because now it is possible for him to get close and kill you, while it should be a way for him not to get killed. His slash is just horrible, goes right through Bridget's shield while you dash him. His double jump very nice for him, but a real pain in the B*TT. Overall, people on the forum are complaining about Genij being overpowered. So why hasn't Blizzard changed him yet? I tried Genij myself, I don't like him, I think he looks stupid, but I got Potk and didn't use the ultimate, so yes, I believe he is truly overpowered, and I truly believe he needs to be nerfed or just let him die lore-wise, and remove him, ha ha ha. In response, you used the wrong to, also, you nearly gave me an aneurysm with this Genij garbage. His name is Genji, get it right please. The first problem I see with your argument is the idea that deflect is too good. Genji's deflect has an 8-second cooldown, and only deflects bullets, so Zarya, Winston, Reinhardt, Brigitte, and so on are hard counters to this ability. The 8-second cooldown is very long, and balances out the power that the ability has, which is why people do cooldown callouts for this ability during competitive matches. Another idea, don't shoot a deflecting Genji. You'd be surprised how useless that makes this ability. Moving on to another gem I found whilst perusing the Overwatch forums. This is more of a rant thread and less one of those big feedback posts I do. Everyone needs to rant sometimes, so here I go. Is anyone else just completely and utterly exhausted of snipers? Like literally, there is either a Hanzo, Widow, or Ashe. Yes, I consider her a sniper, although she's the best designed one of the bunch, in every single freaking match. I'm just beyond exhausted. It's impossible to play anything because you get destroyed. I literally got matchmaked with the top 500 Widow main on the enemy team. She absolutely stomped all of us, like what? And this is not the first time I get matchmaked with GM and snipers, or smurfs. Not only it's beyond tiring to see snipers in every match, it's even more annoying when the snipers are clearly beyond your skill and absolutely stomp you in every possible way, like, what do you even do in that situation other than Alt plus F4? Not only that, now you can't even dive them because McCree and Reaper now just melt the dive tanks, and Hanzo can do it on his own because he's stupidly designed. Seriously, it's beyond annoying. Rant over, thanks for reading. Firstly, I'm going to put aside my hee-hee pants that I make fun of people in, and tell you to read that little tip that comes up on the top right part of your screen. You seem vaguely miffed about this, so crouch at random intervals, jump around, A and D strafe. In terms of diving, play a hard counter and force them to switch. I get your angle, but that's mostly on you. Oh yes laddies. Of course there are more. There are always more.
I feel like half the time if you pop tank form, especially if you rocket jump to high ground, you barely have enough time to even kill 2 members of the enemy team, let alone one single tank. If Bastion's ultimate lasted 2 seconds longer, this might help that problem.
I totally agree. Bastion is so weak and underpowered. I really hope they buff him so he would be viable in games, Because Bastion is weak and underpowered. Did I mention Bastion is weak and underpowered?
It's also kinda ironic that his ultimate is probably the second or third hardest to use in the entire game, requiring actual aim to use.
Why didn't you mention that Bastion was weak and underpowered? You completely glossed over the fact that Bastion is weak and underpowered.
I think you have a condition where your brain forgets when you tell lies.
I'd do anything for even the slightest buff for the poor robot.
Funny enough, I joke about how a buff to their ultimate would be to decrease the duration, just because it's so bad and I hardly ever want to stay in it for the full 8 seconds. I do think Bastion still needs a buff, especially with their ultimate, but just extending the time the ult is up wouldn't really do much. It has such a huge list of problems that realistically, all jokes aside, extending the uptime really would just be having their normal kit restricted from them for longer.
This guy at the end makes a really good point. But also, whoever posted this deserves to be set on fire. Slimy, freaking Bastion mains. Don't know where W, A, S, and D are on their keyboard, mouse 1 and shift is all they need. I take back what I said earlier. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a pain in the freaking butt. I had to read someone talk about spoiling my precious game. I think a battle pass would help Overwatch. I know they're in almost all games now and some people don't like them, but I believe it would really help keep players hooked to the game with new challenges and items to unlock. It would make everyone happy if people could play to unlock the skins and items in the battle pass instead of loot boxes. Also, it could introduce another way to earn in-game credits with certain tiers giving coins and such. No. Sir. I'm going to have to ask you step away from the computer with your hands high above your head. Overwatch doesn't deserve this community of toxic people. Why can't he just let the idea of a battle pass lay down and die? Thank you so much for watching this video. I apologize for my lack of recent videos and the like. I had one planned, and then my video editor up and crashed like 4 times. Please leave a like and subscribe for more, and be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified of when I upload. See ya.